Hey everybody, welcome to the Mana Leek. I'm John as always, and this week we're doing one of my favorite Top 10 Thursdays, the Top 10 Art of Amonkhet. Amonkhet has some lovely art, and I'm super looking forward to the art book that'll come out the week before Hour of Devastation. If you haven't seen the Magic art books, definitely check them out. They're some of my favorite Magic spin-off products ever. Starting this list at number 10 is Vizier of the Menagerie by Victor Adam Minguez. There is something ever so slightly off about this art, but I just love the cavalcade of animals depicted here, all being held by this rather happy-looking snake man. Number 9 is Hazoret the Fervent by Chase Stone. I love the reds and blues and purples that make up the palette of this piece. It's one of the better sunset skies that I've seen in Magic art. My only slight quibble would be the size of Hazoret isn't immediately apparent. It could use some scale birds or something like that. Splendid Agony by Clint Searly is up next at number 8. What I love most about this is the arms being the shape of Bolas's horns, with the large horns faintly in the background. A very cool little bit of kind of look closely art. Bounty of the Luxa by Jonas Duro is number 7. This is just a cool bit of art showing Amonkhet's general feel. Who would have guessed before we started getting spoilers that the world dominated by Nicol Bolas would look this nice and lush and welcoming? Bontu the Glorified, also by Chase Stone, comes in next at number 6. Bontu similarly has a very nice sky, though it's much more ashen looking, as is appropriate for a black god. Unlike Hazoret, Bontu's size is very clearly shown, with the massive army of zombies around her feet. I love all the gods' art, but Bontu and Hazoret are the two that managed to crack this list. Speaking of a nice-looking world, Painted Bluffs by Mark Poole is number 5. Now, Mark Poole is one of my favorite artists. If you ever catch me on stream, you'll see behind me signed prints of Counterspell and Urza's Tower by Mark Poole. This is definitely a little bit more modern feeling than his stuff from Alpha and Beta and etc., but it still is absolutely gorgeous. A great palette, and the shape of the bluffs even kind of invoke the wings of a dragon, which I have a feeling we'll see some more of in just a few months. Number 4 is Shadow of the Grave by Derek Zabrocki. This tiny person casting the giant skeleton shadow is just a really cool visual. I also like the far-off vista that can just be seen at the top, as it adds some nice depth to this piece that might otherwise have been a little bit flat. Enigma Drake by Steve Argyle comes in at number 3. The colors are just fantastic, though it does feel a little bit Ravnica-y if it weren't for all the obelisks. Still, a gorgeous piece of art, and all the scrawlings over the Drake's wings are really, really cool. At number 2, we have As Foretold by Tommy Arnold. At first glance, there's not too much going on here, just a pair of hands and some fog. But then, through the fog, you can see Mr. Nicol Bolas himself. The faint Nicol Bolas, the mist, the little light rays, the first person's perspective, this piece is just fantastic. Finally, at number 1 is the new Cancel art by Matthias Kollross. This art is incredible, and I really need to get a foil of it. The blues, the oranges, the purples on the edges of the shield thingy, just an amazing palette. I love when a fairly old and heavily reprinted spell suddenly gets some amazing art like this, like Divination did back in Theros block. I would definitely love to have a print of this. So that's going to wrap it up for the top 10 art in Amonkhet. I definitely want to hear what your favorite art is in the set. Let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me on Twitter at the Mana Leek. That's L-E-E-K, like the vegetable, not the card. You can also find me at facebook.com/themanaleek, twitch.tv/themanaleek, and patreon.com/themanaleek, where you can become a backer, earn all the rewards there, work your way towards earning a playmat, etc. Check it out. As always, click that thumbs up icon down there-ish. If you like the content, it doesn't just make me feel good, it also really helps new people discover my content. Also, click subscribe if you haven't, if you are new, if you want to see more stuff. As always, if you do have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see y'all next time.